Hello and welcome back to Factorio Exotic Industries. We're back in our world and we unlocked some tech last time and then didn't do anything with it. So the tech we unlocked was something to do with black holes, black hole exploration. So I'm assuming that means we can launch rockets into a black hole. And we can't make a black hole machine because that requires the next tech. And if we look at the recipes, okay, the next tech takes 2 black hole exotic age technology black hole data, 5 black hole data, some simulation data, some odd plating. So this looks fairly straightforward to make, to be honest, except for the black hole data. And if things are following in the way that they have, we get black hole data using one of these. So let's choose black hole. Okay, distance, out of star system. And it requires carbon fiber compound, high energy rocket fuel, rocket parts, fusion drives, and DT mix. So that is all 5 space inputs. So I'm going to trim this back and this back. I'm going to set this icon to black hole. And where are those things? Holographic black hole. Good. Okay, let's look on the map just to check. Yeah, that looks good on the map, doesn't it? And then afterwards we're going to have a look at why these things aren't launching fast enough. Okay, so this requires all 5 inputs, and we may have one of those already for asteroids. So I'm going to have a quick look around, see if we can find it. Yeah, this here looks like it has all 5 inputs. So we're going to copy paste in this because copy pasting is quicker than building. Okay, so we're going to take this contraption here as well. I have to say, I do like, right, we get rid of that because it's not asteroid belt. I do like this thing of having multiple types of things you need to launch. Right, and I'll take that much of that. Okay. And I'm going to pick up one of these. Okay, so this starts to get built, and we're going to label it with black hole. And I'm quite happy about how that's lined up. Okay, so this should, fingers crossed, be everything needed. And the potential payload is an observation satellite. So we will request in an observation satellite. Okay, and then we're going to have a look at the things which aren't launched. So this is launched, that's all good. This is not launched. It is 30% through. Does it have everything it needs? I guess that's the question, isn't it? It does look like it. Okay, and then I have some others. Yeah, that's running. And that's running. So it looks like we're making all the things. But I don't totally trust it, particularly since we just put some more load on the builds. Okay, so this has some rocket parts in hand, but is not currently making them. Okay, it's waiting for carbon fiber. Let's have a look at our carbon fiber build. I'm just going to go around all these builds because we can always stamp down a second one. So this is something we can increase the buffer of. But it does look like this isn't totally running. Okay, empty cryo containers are backed up. It doesn't have the deuterium. Okay, so the deuterium is coming from where? It looks like we're not making deuterium and tritium here. Okay, so it's being shipped in from over here. So perhaps there's an argument to make the deuterium and tritium local, or perhaps we should be loading it onto a train. Let's have a look. How full is this? Full. This is totally full. So I think possibly what we're going to do is ship deuterium and tritium by train. Okay. And then this is not running. Okay, yeah. And why is it not running? It doesn't have low density structure. Okay, so which shall I do first? I can do a deuterium and tritium train, or I can do a low density structure build. Trains are cool, so we're going to do the train first. Okay, so let's go to our trusty train book. We are looking for an unloading station, and it's going to be dual fluids. Good. And then we're going to load into a couple of these. Where's a good place? Probably straight. Okay, that doesn't work because of the it bumps into things. That goes there quite neatly. Okay, I wonder if we can just drop this in. Okay, that works. So this is going to be a requester. For deuterium. I do want to just double check the DT mix is deuterium tritium, because if it's not, we'll be in trouble. I don't want to start shipping things around and then... Yeah, that is deuterium, that's definitely tritium. Okay, so let's copy that across as well. And then change its name to tritium from deuterium. Good. I should mention this way of naming stations is something I picked up from watching Colonel Will do a Megabase playthrough on Twitch. Okay, so we've got some 4-4 fluid trains. They can go in. Okay, and we're going to set this up to go to there. It should be empty cargo and inactivity for unloading. And then for loading, it should be... Oh, we can't do the unloading yet. Okay. And then similarly, let's do this. This is going to go tritium, empty cargo, and inactivity. All right, let's double check that is, and yep. So the reason we do this is it needs to unload, and it needs to make sure that any fueling that needs to happen happens. Although I've got a feeling fueling is going to be an issue here. Let's have a look at one of our other stations. Okay. All right, so the fueling does fit. And in fact, we just dropped these on at the ends here. That's a nice... Yeah, maybe we will copy something a bit more like this build. Okay, well, anyway, let's take this. All right. So how did we do this? We put one there and one there. That's all right, isn't it? And then we can get rid of that. Get rid of those two, and I think that is a neater build. All right. Now I think that's all the power joined up. Right, do I have anything else I need to do for this build yet? I need to set some limits, I guess. Or I can just leave these to empty and get buffered up. I think I'm just going to leave them to get stuck when they can't empty. Okay. In that case, let's take one of these trains, because trains are cool, and we're going to ride it over to here. And that gives us a moment to think about low density structures. So we must have an old low density structure build, although it's possible we built them as an intermediate and never exported them to the road network. I'm just having a quick look at the map, and I'm not seeing a low density structure build. I have a memory. Oh, here they are. Here they are. Okay, so these are two very old low density structure builds, and they appear to be capped by copper. Okay, so we'll remember where those are. What we're going to do is copy one of those into Rocket City, or actually probably remake one with beacons, and then possibly ship copper in by train. I think as we move to higher and higher volumes of things, it makes more and more sense to move things by train. All right, so let's take this out. Good. And then I want a train loading station. Now, when I designed all these loading and unloading stations, I designed them to be used in the wild. And I'm not sure how well they work inside the... Yeah, I'm not sure how well they work inside a factory. Because they weren't designed to ship things within a factory. They were designed to ship raw resources around. Let's stamp this down anyway. We'll lose that because yeah, I don't care enough about my city block design to have a broken station because of it. Okay, so this is the loading logic. And I think do I want any of this? Actually, it should all work. So the logic of this is you're supposed to hook up, it measures how much is in these tanks. If there's enough, it calls in a train. And there should be yeah, the reason there's more than one logic switch here is because it's also checking to see if we have run out of resources at a mine, but we're not doing things with mines. So let's just hook that across so that this is limited. Good. So I think the way we have fixed this in other places is we've just added a constant to say, yes, we have things in our mine. Get rid of that. Let's grab the constants combinator. So it's just that I think we need. Okay, and all that does is shove a single O into this circuitry. And that that makes it look to the system as if there is a makes it look to the system as if we have oil wells hooked up. All right, so this is all ready to go. I think all we need to do now is supply it with names. All right, let's set the names. We're going to set them by copy. Actually, if I copy paste, it might muck up some things. All right, let's do it a different way. So this is going to be a provider of deuterium. Good. And I need to get the deuterium in. And do I get it by truck? I think I have to get it by truck, because if I don't use a truck, okay, so let's do... We are potentially creating a bit of a resource loop, because we could end up with a truck scheduled from where the train unloads, but that travel time is so high that I think it shouldn't be a problem. Anyway, we will find out, I suppose. I need a fluid pump. There we go. Whoop. Yeah, and we don't need to do any refueling here because we refuel on the other side. Okay, and then that can go there. Okay, I'm going to copy this over. This is going to be deuterium. Put a couple of trucks in there. This is going to be tritium. I do love the artwork for these things. It's really nice. All right, so that's the tritium, and then we need to set the name for the tritium station. So this needs to be tritium. Good, and then we can go to our trains over here. Okay, so this is the tritium train, so we need to add a station which is tritium provide, full cargo, or time passes. So what that does is guarantee that that the train keeps moving, basically. So it won't get jammed at the load station if the load station can't fully load it. All right. And then we have another train. Oh, this train here. Okay, so then this needs to go to deuterium, full cargo, or 30 seconds. Okay. Can't get there. Okay, I'm going to set this to manual for a moment and just drive it off. Okay, at least other trains can get past now. So I'm going to set that there. Now, what we don't have in this area is anything that makes petrol, which I think is a bit of an issue. What I need is just a tiny refinery that makes a smidge of petrol for each of these modules so that the trucks don't need to travel very far. Okay, are these... yeah, these are extra deuterium tritium factories. So I guess these will be favoured, but shouldn't be a problem, should it? So let's have a quick look on the map, see if we can figure out a simple petrol making thing. I just need enough for these local trucks. Failing that, I may have to just knock up something, but there's no nice recipe for making petrol without side products. Let's go see if we can... I'm just looking for an advanced oil refinery. Okay, so let's just walk around here a moment. I need to box up this coal. Okay, so I want to make petrol, but this makes residual oil. So then I have to go all the way down the de-residualizing chain. So this would be... Is it this one? Yeah, so I'd have to go all the way down this chain. Then I have to do something with all of these side products just to get the petrol I want. Which is a ball ache, basically. Ah, dear. The other thing I could do is have a train that just brings in some petrol and dumps it into the local network, I suppose. Is that more sensible? I honestly don't know. Okay, so this now has some tritium. It's going to take a while to fill this up, but it does look like the trucks are doing their job. Alright, I'm going to call this build built because we're just waiting for paint to dry at this point. What I want to do is design a low density structure build to go near our rockets. These things are all taking a while to build because everything is copper limited currently. So because things are copper limited, it turned out to be copper chunks that were the problem. So we have this mine here, which is bringing in several lanes, up to 8 lanes of copper chunks. And then that's being dumped here. And then that is feeding these smelters. So that this has improved our copper throughput somewhat. But yeah, the end game does seem to be very copper limited. All right. So let's walk up here. So we need a low density structure build really. So let's put it here and let's make it beaconed. And then we can repent at leisure. So this is going to be low density structure. That. Good. I actually don't know how much I need. So let's have a look down here at the build which needs it. Was it here that needed low density structure? Yes, it was. All right. So this says it needs 52 per minute. Maybe I should have made it in this 3/4 module. Okay, so let's ask Factory Planner how to make 52 low density structures a minute. All right, so we're going to make a new build. It's going to be LDS. Okay, and it's going to produce LDS at 55 a minute. Good. Okay. There's only the one build. That would only take 10 assemblers. We can module and beacon this though. It's an expensive product just because of the amount of copper that goes into it. Okay, so it can be beaconed. That's really good news. So we can speed it back up again. So that's just 3 assemblers. I think we'll probably end up doing something a bit bigger than that. Okay. So it's just a fraction of a steel beam assembler. The steel beam assembler, you know, I guess it doesn't even need to be there. So we could... what did I do? I pressed all the wrong buttons. Okay, so this is using 2.9 machines. 5 machines sounds sensible, doesn't it? So let's set this to 90. 4.8 machines. Yeah, so back to 90. So this would be a build which would do... I'm going backwards and forwards on this a little bit. All right. So do I want to build it up there? I don't think I do. I think I want to build it. It's the wrong side of the day. My mind is not really in the space for this, is it? I'm vacillating backwards and forwards. All right. Let's clear up the wiring. All right. Let's put this over here. It's not a complicated parts list. All right, so that would be the build with one of these. All right, but I'm not sure this even needs to be beaconed. Okay, so if we take that off. That's 1.7 machines, so it does need something to speed it up. Okay, the other way to do it would be basically that. Okay, is there room for... There isn't room for 2 of these builds just because they require belts. So this has 2 inputs and 1 output. And this isn't running yet, obviously. Back to the factory planner. That is a shed ton of copper, right? So the copper needs a dedicated belt. It may even need more than... Let's have a look. Can we... Okay, it's nothing in terms of highest tier belts. Okay, can we change the belts we're measuring in? So let's have a look at blue belts. Oh, it's only a third of a blue belt. Okay. So... Yeah, we still have the same problem, but I don't think there is room to snake belts through. While also getting all the inserters through. Alright, let's put a truck in here because I want this all started up. I'm really desperate to get... Okay, so one of these would be copper. One would be the steel plus plastic. Okay, I want to go back to items a minute. Okay, and then we still have to output low density structures, but that's only 90 a minute, which is nothing. So we could do that with some belt braiding. Okay. That's a pretty insane build. And we would need to get all the arms in. Okay. So the problem is this needs 2 input arms. And once we've done 2 input arms and an output arm, that's all 3 spaces used up. So there's no space left for this machine. So basically this build won't work, which is a shame because I really liked it. Okay. So let's do the slightly more sensible build. Alright. Are we doing everything with blue belts? Don't think we are because they're still a bit expensive for us. Okay, so this makes steel beams from steel ingots. There we go. Then this is going to need to do something similar this side. And the other belted thing is plastic bars. So this will be the plastic bars. There we go. So if I flip that to there, that's plastic bars. And then can I do steel here? Good. And then like that. That's pretty nice. Okay, then we need to get our copper in. So let's set this to steel ingots while I remember. And where is the... Ooh, lots of red. Okay. We had an attack. And we're low on uranium because basically we're just not... Yeah, since we revamped how the uranium was made, we just are not making enough uranium. So we may have to revisit that. So we're just not making enough uranium ammo. Alright. Anyway, we need to get copper in. So this is copper. Oh, hang on. Is it copper bullion? No, it's copper plate. Okay, that's a bit of a mistake. So let's go back to the planner and double check that doesn't screw things up completely. Okay, yes, it does kind of screw things up. Okay. My bad. So I need one copper machine either side as well as the iron girder machine. Okay. So let's start again. It looks a bit drastic doing this, but you know, never mind. Okay. So this is a copper girder machine. Okay, so is this what we need? It still seemed a real shame to not be able to fit in 2 lots of builds. Perhaps there's something I can do like that. I don't know. Maybe I can wrap some belts around. Back to here. So this is 5 machines need 2 of these. Oh, that's 4.4 machines. .0 machines. Okay, so that's still 1.4 and 1.1. So we don't have enough of these, basically. All right. How about we do this differently? If I take this... leave it there. Say we have 5 of these. Say we had these, and each of these was like that. Okay, and then these are going to drop 1 tile further out. Okay, then that's fairly straightforward, isn't it? We just run a belt like that to feed them with copper. Then these are going to... we've got too many of these machines, but that's fine. Then we do the same for steel. Okay, and let's go back to the design just to make sure... Okay, so I think this is good, because without beacons we need tons of these machines. With them I just need slightly more than 1. So this is definitely going to be enough. Excuse me for the cough, got a frog in my throat. Okay, and then this needs a plastic input. There. And then I can basically take this type of arrangement here for the steel. Good, and then these need an output. And that's the low density output. That's looking a lot better. Okay, so let's take this. There. Then can I take this contraption here and flip? I can. There we go. Okay, and then how are we doing for powering? Okay, so we don't have all the substations where all the substations are needed. That's not a problem. Okay, and then I'm going to break the extra wire links because they offend me. This... What's going on here? I can't quite work out. There's an extra connection here or something. Can't see what it is. Oh, alright. It's that. That can go. Alright, so then there's one last offending connection here. No, there. Alright, so now we should just be able to hook up the trucks. So I need a steel truck, a copper truck, and a plastic truck. Good. Oh, that's the output, sorry. This is the plastic truck. No, that's a steel one. Alright. I'm going a bit mad, aren't I? Doesn't matter. This can be the steel girder truck. Okay, so that's going to go up there into those steel girders. Then I'm going to run a belt all the way under here and into there. Okay, so that's the steel done. Next we have the copper ingots. There. There. Last we have the plastic. Whoops. There we go. Okay, so we need plastic in there. Whoop. Okay, and I'm not quite sure how we're going... I guess we just do a little wiggle. That should be the plastic. Good. And the low density structures, do I want to... Yeah, I don't think we want to cap those. So it's just time to drop in some trucks. And let's have another look. So we've built a couple of things today. We've got these, which are empty. Are the trains up here? No, because... What's going on here? So... This has 0 deuterium in it. This has 3.1k. These are full. This is calling in a train. This is no, this is not calling in a train because this deuterium is not full. Okay, I need to go around and have a look at that. I've managed to make myself some sort of train jam. Yeah, the fastest way to fly is by teleport. Alright, let's go see if I can figure this out. Alright. So let's set this to manual first. And I'm just going to try and drive back onto the trunk line. Okay, and then set this to automatic. So this is destination full, so let's send it back there. Okay. There's no stackers in these builds, so they always rely on... yeah, they always rely on train's not getting jammed. Right, so this is filling up here. This deuterium, nothing's coming to drop off deuterium. Okay, so this is a protium input and a tritium output. Ah, I never put the deuterium onto the network. Okay, that's interesting. So do I have any deuterium coming onto the network? These are both making tritium. This makes protium. This may be why everything was so slow. I might just be making the deuterium as an overflow here. Okay, well that could have been slowing down my factory for many hours. Alright, so let's figure out how we're going to address this. I don't want to dump the protium onto the network, that would make a loop. I want to dump the deuterium. Okay. I've done it this way rather than from the top because this allows me to put in valves and things if I ever decide I need to in a more clean way. Alright, so let's put this here and do the same for these builds, I guess. Okay, that should sort out the deuterium problem. And this is already almost empty. Alright. Oh, we have a train without fuel. Where's that? Ah, that's interesting. Let's go find that. Because it should have been refueled at its unloading station, but maybe it never parked at the unloading. Can I jump out? Okay, I think we can throw in a bit of coal. No, we can't, because coal is not fuel in this mod. So I need to... Okay. Seems like it didn't quite work out, did it, with the fueling? It only got fueled one end. I hope that's not a repeated issue, otherwise the train's going to start running out of fuel all over the place. Alright, while this is happening, it's going to take a rather long and circuitous route back to here. I want to check if our build here is behaving. So it is the copper drought which is the problem. So I want, for now, I'm just going to dump some extra trains into the copper station. Right, we've got a complaint about fuel on the map. Okay, yeah, here. So we do have a petrol fueling problem. I don't know if it's a question of not having enough refueling trucks or if we just don't have enough places putting petrol onto the network. I couldn't guess. Alright, this we set up the other day. So what is going on here? These are meant sulfur chunks. Okay, we don't want them to do sulfur, do we? We want them to do coal. So let's find coal here. I wish there was a not nuclear waste. It feels like there are far too many types of things which can be stacked. Pure lead. Don't want lead. Coal. Alright, so that's solving that. We are missing there. That's pretty cool. Okay, that's going to drain that out in short order. Right, what was I going to look at? I wanted to drop in some more trucks to the copper so that they have a fighting chance of getting the copper over. And I think that should solve the problem. but it has crafted some low density structure and nothing has come to get it, so I'm guessing that we are good. Alright, let's run back down. Okay, so this is the problem train. At the moment, we can't fill this train up. Is this? Yeah. So these things don't have very much in them. I think maybe what I need is a build here which is just doing deuterium. So it's just this half of the build. I think we could stamp down 2 of those. Call it quits. And I think I'm going to end the episode there. So we've done quite a lot. We have set up a black hole thing, which has managed to make some black hole data, which we are all extremely happy about. We have managed to find out that we are not making enough of this carbon fiber compound. The carbon fiber compound is low on low density structure, so we have put down a new low density structure build, which is at the moment bottlenecked by copper ingot lag. But that's fine. We're going to probably solve copper ingot lag in the future with a dedicated smelting city. And I think what we're going to do next time is set up the black hole research. So till then, thanks very much for watching. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.